In such large classes, I think that you need to restrict the activities that you use during class time, because otherwise you're going to lose them. It's kind of like radio. If you have dead air, so if I'm down for 30 seconds and nothing's happening, I'm going to lose 50 people easy. So I got to make sure that that doesn't happen. So what can you do? I have done in the past. I've done Quescussion in a class of 1,200, and that worked incredibly well. Quescussion is having a discussion by asking questions only. And so you can't make statements. You must ask the question like, why did this occur? Or what would happen if somebody did something a different way? You got to ask questions like that. The good thing about it is if you veer off that and you make statements like, that's a really great idea, wasn't it? Then the class can jump on you and say statement and shut you down. The only other rule in place is that you have to allow 3 other people to speak before you can speak again. It turned out I did that to discuss the events of September 11th, when the attack was coming in 9/11, and we had a really good discussion on that. And just as a note for people, if you're going to do something like Quescussion, got to take notes, got to record it, got to have somebody have that stuff, and then you got to summarize it, put it back so that you can actually talk about it, for example, on a website later. So I've done that. I've done Think, Pair, Share in classes of 800, and I did Think, Pair, Share in that class of 1,800, which was really crazy. But that works very well. You might be surprised at that, but people, Think, Pair, Share, and we're getting to couples in classes of 1,800. But yeah, they'll do that. And again, I want to make sure that everybody's input is in there. So I can't get to everybody in something like that. So I'll let people offer me some comments. And for those who don't get a chance to offer during class, they can email me their comments. So it doesn't look like this was a useless kind of exercise. Let me give you one other example. In class, right now, I run a live chat, so that, and it's being monitored by my TAs. So chat happens in class. And in that way, students can actually interact with one another about the content in real time. The TA can interrupt and actually do some things at that particular time, answer some questions, which is really good. Questions, really important. And many people tell me, you can't ask questions in a class of it. Yeah, sure you can. It's a matter of making sure that you encourage people to ask questions. The easiest thing to do is when a student has a question, they do it in the same way. They put up your hand. I actually move towards the student so I can hear the question, and then I repeat it. And I repeat every single question no matter what, because sometimes people just can't hear it all. Sometimes I'll even paraphrase the question because it might not be phrased in exactly the right way. Because if you don't do it, people will just be quiet and fade away. Encourage questions, and I do that all the time, both through the online chat, I encourage people to email me, and I have a question box at the front of the room. It's a cardboard box with a question mark on it. I tell people, students, if you have questions, you didn't get a chance to answer it, didn't want to ask it in front of all these people, write in a piece of paper, pop it in there. I get a lot of good questions that way, and I also answer them all as well, which you have to do at the same time.